A lot of traders really enjoy selling puts and selling put premium in order to just go ahead and wait for the stock to come to you. All sounds great in theory, but as you get into aggressive put selling, it can definitely backfire. And I want to share with you some insight in this video about how that can occur and how it starts to creep up on you. Because all in all, from a general textbook concept, put selling sounds great. But there are some instances and cases where this can really start to snowball on you on the downside and create some problems. Now, if you're brand new here, I'm Sasha, the options coach. Been teaching people to trade options over the last 15 years. I've done a lot of different classes, and you can check out our website if you're interested. Now, in today's video, I want to chat a little bit more about how to sell put premium. This is kind of what we've talked about in one of our classes. So this concepts and techniques are kind of span from this. So if you're interested in this class, just check it out on our website. But we've chatted a little bit about here about management of put selling and how it kind of works. There's also another class a little bit more about micro trading, which talks about selling puts in order to kind of build habits and discipline, where we've also talked about these put selling concepts and techniques. But in here, what I want to share with you is just a little bit more about as you get more aggressive into put selling. Now, this is usually going to happen either when you're doing a cheaper stock and you're doing like 10 different puts, or maybe 20 or 40, or you have maybe a little bit larger account and you're handling more and more puts on the premium side. So one thing to understand and be aware of is that when we talk about put selling, first off, a lot of people do it incorrectly. So what many people do is if they go out and sell puts, let's say the stock is at around $80 per share right now. So they go in and they sell, let's say 5 contracts right here at this spot, and they sell 5 puts at this level. So now from a risk profile picture, we're going to have something like this. So we sold 5 puts right here, and let's just say we collected $20 per put contract. Now, this all sounds good in theory because if the current price of the stock is at 80, okay, so with this price, we're waiting for these puts to kind of decay or expire in a way. So as time moves forward, this line gets a little bit closer. This is the today line that I'm talking about. And the other line is at expiration. So the price of the stock's at the bottom, the profit's on the side. And we're kind of waiting for this thing to tick away. And with time, if we sold it for $20, okay, per put, okay, what we can do in total is collect about $100 maximum. But let's say over a few days, now we can buy these back for maybe $15. So we can make $5 per put contract. And that all sounds good in theory. But here's what happens is this starts to kind of roll back. And then that $5 starts going away. And now you don't make anything, you're breaking even, and the price starts getting closer and closer to those tested areas. So one of the first issues that people have when they go in and sell these puts is that they concentrate that risk all in this one spot if they're doing the 5 contracts. Now, instead of doing something like this, what the better alternative is that we start layering things more like an onion. So let's go back to our concept here where we have this $80 price for the stock. So this is our current price. And then what happens is that rather than selling 5 contracts right here, what we're going to do is we're going to sell one over here at this level. We might wait a couple days. We might sell another one maybe at this level, okay, maybe at a different expiration. We're going to sell another one maybe in this level, okay. So with time, what you're doing is you're building kind of this inventory of different puts at the same time that the stock is wiggling. Now, what this allows you to do is it allows some of these to mature a little further. So that way, some of them are going to have a little bit of profit. Others will have maybe just starting out. And what you're trying to do is have a little bit of maturity in them to where this way, when you're starting on this first one, well, this first one may already have built in a $5 or $7 profit. The next one might have only $3 profit. The other one might have $1 profit, and this one might be at $0 profit. So they're all at different stages. And what that means is that they're slowly decaying more like a conveyor belt, and you're peeling things off. Now, here's the issue that happens that when you start going into more of an aggressive state, okay, it creates some serious issues because what a lot of people do is first off, they go in and they say, hey, I'm going to sell 20 put contracts right here. that all of a sudden is a no-no. So now you can see that we want to spread our risk in different zones, different areas. Now I'll show you here on the paper platform here how this might approach. So let's say we're going into, well, silver's been pretty big lately. So let's go into silver right now and say, okay, well, what do most people do? They'll go in and they'll say, okay, I want to sell some puts. I'm going to go into this. Let's say I'll switch this to a delta here, option theories. We'll go to a delta and say, okay, well, I want to go to about a 10, 15 delta, the 60, and I'm going to sell 5 contracts. That's what most people do. They fire away the 5 contracts all at once. Now, my buying power here in this account's not going to work for this account, so I need to dump a few shares. So we'll go in and create a closing order over here, and we will just dump these things here and free up some capital. Same thing here. We will dump some of this on the collar as well, and we'll dump this. So that should free up some capital. So if you're trying to sell puts and you get kind of a little bit tied in the capital amount, then you can go ahead and kind of dump some of the shares that you have if you need, and that should free up a little bit of capital. Okay, so now that you might have a little more capital, you say, okay, well, how do I want to go ahead and start layering some of these positions? Well, instead of going out and doing 5 contracts all there at once, we might say, hey, I'm going to go in and sell 1 contract over here. So we'll start with 1. Bam, we've got 1. Okay, now what you might do is wait a day or two. Okay, wait a couple days, wait 5 days, but you've got 1 position right here. So I've got this one 13 delta. And then a little bit later, you might fire another one. And this one might be at a different spot or zone. So now you've got another one. You've got another layer. And then we'll go in and fire another one. Again, a week maybe later or so. By then, maybe the strikes might open up. There might be single strikes, might be a little different. So what you'll have is you'll have this layering effect on these different puts and positions. Let me see if I can do another one over here. If it'll let me. If not, I might have to close some more stuff down. Confirm and send. Nope, rejected. Okay, so good enough. So we've got a handful of puts though on silver here. We've got 2 of them cooking right there, but they're in different zones in different areas. I guess if I dump AMD, I can open more of that up. We'll create closing order. We'll switch it to a mark. We'll do limit order, I guess. I have to do that. And that should open things up. Now, this is just because this is a paper platform IRA, so it doesn't have a lot of money and it's a little more restricted. But nevertheless, the point being is that we're looking to go in and sell at different zones and different spots in different areas. And if we go in and do that with SLV here, what you can see is if I go to this expiration area, just go, 3 different expirations, and we can uncheck the zeros. And now I've got different levels of risks on each one of these. Okay. So what happens is that one is at the 60, another's at 55, and that allows me to spread capital. Now, here's what happens when you start doing this a lot more aggressively. So if you start doing more and more of these aggressively, what happens is that they all seem good and okay, because a lot of times they're going to start expiring. They're going to start expiring and you'll be fine. You'll say, well, why don't I sell more? Why don't I sell more? But what happens as you start layering more and more into this, and this starts selling off, the amount of risks you start taking, the negative value of this starts to creep up. Now, this only is showing you about a $500 pullback right here. But what's going to end up happening is it's going to chew up about $6,000 of stock from this put. Then later on, if you get assigned, another $5,000 here. So it starts adding up. Now, imagine you had a $22,000 tie-up where maybe you had a $220 stock. Or a $400 stock, and that's what people don't get. So this is where you might decide to deal with a little bit more spreads. We've done a class also on vertical spreads as well, if you're interested in that, where we've chatted on right here, selling vertical spreads rather than single puts. The vertical spreads also are just more cost effective. But as you start going more and more aggressive, here, let's switch to this account right here. I'm going to go to SLV. And I'll say, okay, we're going to go and fire this one here. And I'll pin this. So we'll send this, Okay, so we're firing away more and more put premium here. We'll fire this one here. We've got a ton of different expirations here that we'll hit. And that way they're all decaying at different rates and speed. Now you might want to do this also during, on different days, but I'm showing you just from a video perspective of how this might apply across different strike points and areas. That way you'll be able to see it. Now I'm going to have more than 4 expirations, so the risk profile picture is going to look a little funny, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so now we've got a lot of puts that we're layering, and I'll even go 45 days out over here. And then bam, we'll do another one right here. We've got so many puts, and a lot of times they just keep playing into you saying, oh, you'll win, and then you win again, and then you win again, and you keep winning. So it builds this cognitive conditioning, and everything looks all good and hunky-dory up until the point where they start to pick up speed and accelerate. So this is really what happens. So if we go to these 4 different expirations here, what you'll start to notice and see is as they creep up over here, you'll see they start moving, and they just pick up speed very quickly. You can see what happens. Like at the beginning, they're soft, right? They're soft deltas, but later they turn into hard deltas. So what ends up happening is, if we go to a single expiration, what ends up happening is it's going down like a ski slope, like down a mountain, and now they become very fast. So if you get caught with assignment in this area, now the losses just accelerate and accelerate and accelerate. So what happens with the aggressive put selling is that really the snowball effect of losses picks up speed. And you have to be very careful in that when you're selling puts, when it moves and works in your favor, the profitability actually slows down. So I'll show you this kind of put concept here. Let's go to one maybe over here. So watch what happens here is that as you move forward into profitability, and I'm going to stretch it here a little bit so we can zoom in. Okay, so as we move forward into profitability, okay, everything slows down. You can see that by the curvature of this, is that it slows down. You can also get that if you're more number inclined. Watch this delta right here, because right now, if the stock goes up, you make $10 per dollar move up. Now, if I move this a little more, you can see now you only make 9, then you only make 8, then you only make 7, then you only make 6. So it's exponential, right? Now, think about this on the other side. If it goes against you, it picks up speed and your losses accelerate. So your losses are accelerating and the losses are accelerating, and they pick up more and more speed, and they create more and more problems. Now, if you multiply this times a whole bunch of puts that you have, just think about it. You're starting out with a delta of like 86. And then when you go in and you start moving this thing towards the other side, well, it starts going down, and now it goes to 112, 150. You're going from 80 to basically doubling up that delta very quickly. And that's only just a short move, because later on, as it goes further, look at that delta starts creeping up into 360 range, because you've got a lot of puts there. So you go from something that's almost, maybe manageable of 80 delta times almost 5 times that. And that's where the problem is that you're basically stacking almost 5 times more of price risk than you initially thought. So when you're going into aggressive put selling, you have to be really careful in understanding that when it sells off, the acceleration starts to pick up. And that acceleration means your losses, and your losses start snowballing faster and faster. And that is a little bit of the danger you have to be aware of. So think of it the other way. Whereas when you are selling calls against this position, okay, well, the call side, when they go in your favor, like let's say you're selling calls to compensate this. So you've got puts over here, but then you've got calls over on this side to compensate for this down move. Well, the calls, what's happening is they are slowing down all the time as they're profiting. So which means you have to layer new calls again and new calls again. So as prices accelerate over on the left side or the put side, the call side keeps decelerating or slowing down. So you have to layer more calls and more calls, simply because over here on the left, we are accelerating faster and faster and faster. Whereas on the right, on the call side, we are slowing down almost for every dollar move, right? So that is the dangers here when it comes to aggressive put selling. keep that in mind. It's not something a lot of people are aware of or thinking about it, because they'll say, well, I'll sell the call against it. Yeah, but remember, your call is slowing down as it's working in your favor, whereas the puts are accelerating. So you actually have a double whammy when things are going against you, right? One is slowing down and one is picking up speed. It's almost a double hit. So you almost have to sell more calls than you really think if it's selling off, simply to even just keep up or kind of break even. So take that into account as you start doing this. We've chatted a little bit more about this in Selling Put Premium. Check out that class. And you can also learn more on vertical spreads if you want a little bit more of a defined risk in one of our other classes. Just check out the website. It's optionsblackbeltthere.com. And you can also take a look there on the description down below. Anyways, hope this was helpful, gave you a little insight to some put selling, just talking about aggressive put selling, how you might approach it. Obviously, you'll want to spread capital, different zones, different areas. That's a given at the beginning stages. But later on, as you go through with this, you have to think about defense, because once you layer up a lot of positions, that can become more and more problematic. So in either case, thanks for joining me. Truly appreciate it. If you'd like, join me in one of my future upcoming workshops. You can check out the schedule on the website. You can also book a free 20-minute chat with me if you're interested more on one-on-one coaching and that kind of thing. Anyways, hope to see you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of the week ahead, and take care. Bye-bye.